Go, go, go. We're live.
No, we're not. This is not live.
It's like, this has got to be like the first time we've been live in like 4 or 5 weeks, dude. The last show we did was not recent.
Are you sure? Maybe you just weren't there for it.
I love that we're closer to New Year's than we are Christmas. And even closer to my birthday, which I said I wasn't going to bring up, but I felt like now.
You're already... Listen, it's my birthday's coming up. I'm not going to bring it up, though, 5 seconds into the show. So it's my birthday. My birthday's coming.
I'm just saying, everybody says Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. They forget the whole part where I was literally born 35 years ago tomorrow. They don't even acknowledge it. I just feel like it's a big part of who I am, and people should be respectful.
Okay. Are we live on YouTube?
Yeah.
I'm not getting any notifications. Interesting.
Yeah, the notification went out a couple minutes ago. You should probably.
Maybe I should subscribe to you again.
Just subscribe. The music's real loud, by the way.
It's supposed to be because people need to be festive and in the spirit
of DJ's birthday tomorrow.
No, it's not what's going on tomorrow.
Happy birthday to DjGoHam. Will be 35 years old. Hey.
You're not going to make me sing again, are you?
No, I'm not. I won't sing too much.
This isn't the birthday song. You can stop. No.
Happy birthday.
You're better to sing to this one anyways, let's be honest.
I'm not singing this song. What's up, man? Welcome to the 5 Sim Show. I am DjGoHam with my lovely assistant Clutch today. Co-host.
Assistant?
Co-host.
You're not wrong. You know what? To be fair, you're not wrong today.
So he's the squirrel.
Oh.
And I'm the
You're the nut.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, nah, that's not the right word. I should probably just not say that part. But Clutch will probably say it, and you right there. There it was. Today, this is our first show in like a month. I think the last show we did was around Thanksgiving. I don't know if it was the day after or not, but we had a turkey on our on the thumbnail. So I think
Did we really? So it would have been a long time ago. Holy.
Yeah. This is also shouty outy to Clutch Simulations for 58 months. Wow, almost as many months as DJ is old. Almost, but it's actually more than the Farm Sim show is. This is our 3-year anniversary show, which should have been 2 weeks ago.
3 years.
3 years, man.
What are we even doing with our lives?
I'm not sure. We've only done the show like 20 times in the 3 years. So.
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, it's definitely less.
So it's a lot more than that.
We hope you are doing well. It's been a fun 3 years. So we'll take a look back at what has happened over the last 3 years, at least on the show. Not specifically Farming Simulator. We're going to talk about just what's happened in the past year and how the lists that I have made have been extremely controversial to Clutch.
Dude, the lists, our lists suck. I'm not going to lie.
All right, look, I didn't say they were fair. I know they're unfair, but there are modifiers in parentheses that make things just easier for me to deal with. Yeah. Brian,
we can talk about that for sure because we're going to do the list. I mean, even a guy who's had too many brown waters in the last 24 hours knows that that's not a good list.
It's a pretty good list. Brian dropped a $5 GG Hippo. Appreciate you. Clutchy Poo with the 58 months. Appreciate you. Brian dropped his 34 months. And Ringles dropped his 12 months. 1 year. Just turned number 1. I'm a big boy now. Yes, you are. Let's go. So,
wait.
What's up? Oh,
the last Farm Sim show. Do you know how many we've done as of our last one?
Is it 69?
100.
100? This is our 100th show?
It's 101, I think.
Oh.
There's 100. We have 100 listed under the podcast tab on Buzzsprout. So we've uploaded 100 audio only podcasts. I think all of them. We might actually have more because there might have been 1 or 2 that weren't uploaded as audio because we had gameplay. Like we're showing off new DLC. But we've done 100. 100 of this, of me and you sitting here talking about stuff that sometimes is farming related, most of the times is not.
Do Do you remember the first few shows?
Oh yeah,
We
we were super like trying to make this professional.
Yeah, and then it just went.
You remember we like had like people on here. We like, oh, we got to get guests and everything.
Yeah.
What happened to that?
You know, I'm not saying it's easier not to have guests, but it's a whole lot easier to just like shoot them a text, be like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, this is a thing." Like, "Hey guys, we
talk about that. We're done with it."
It's a thing.
I think this professional is not found in here. If you were hoping for a professional farm sim podcast, it may be the most popular. It's definitely not the most professional.
It's super weird that it's the most popular. Could please somebody just jump in and be like, I'm going to treat this the right way, and I'm going to give Farming Simulator podcasting the respect it deserves. Maybe not the one it needs, but the one it deserves. We're the podcast you need or deserve. I'm not sure what you do in your own time.
It depends who you are, I guess.
Depends on who you are, and this year it's dependent on Farming Simulator. It's the Farm Sim Year in Review. 3 years of Farm Simulator.
Oh, this is going to get super controversial.
Yeah, I left a few things on the dock for this week. Normally we do like welcome, our main topics, modding news, mods of the week, and I put for modern news, LOL, and top mods of the week. Nah, fam, nah. So it should be fun. Should be fun. Here to see James River Equipment. Yeah, very familiar James River Equipment. Only asked him to start working there Tuesday. Yo, I used to work. I used to work too. Like in Boone. I lived in Boone for 13 years. Why are you just working there now? That's like the biggest place where everybody gets all their stuff in that area. That's so cool. I'm so excited.
I don't know what to say to that, DJ.
Blake dropped his 10 months and happy anniversary, guys. And Anders did the same thing for 29 months. So funny story here as well. I wanted to, you know, those like picture frames where people get for their anniversary. So it's our 3-year anniversary for the show. So I wanted to get like a 3 years of marriage anniversary, and I found one, and it is super cute. But it's super cute, but it didn't fit that well with the thing. I really want to show him this, but I gotta go find it. Hang on. Oh, I found it. Here it is. Listen,
I'm not making the kissy face again, all right?
Come on.
For the thumbnail, you didn't use it. Or you only used my face and not when you were doing it too. So
hey, you were happy that I flew you down here for this one. All right, I gotta show you guys this. Then we'll talk about a few things, and we'll get into today's topics. But this is just so off topic and hilarious to me. I don't even remember how to share this anymore. Share screen. All right, there we go. Share. Look how cute this is. I wanted to put me and Clutch in there, but like facing away from each other so it was not uncomfortable. But Clutch, he was not for it completely.
Why do we do this still? I don't understand. Can we get Matsy and 4B to start doing this show more often?
Because it's been 94,694,400 seconds of friendship and shows. 2 weeks ago.
Sorry, crew. I'm sorry. You guys had to see that. I'm sorry. I can't contain him today. It is Christmas after all. He's had too much sugar. Let's go with that.
It's no. It's less.
Too many cigars?
No, we are 8 hours and 20 minutes away from my birthday.
This is true. I don't know. Maybe I should just let him go today. Let him have it. Let him have his cake and eat it too.
We're having cake tonight at 7:30. If anybody wants to join at my grandparents' house.
It's an open invitation to GoHam's grandparents' house. Nice work.
If you figure out where it is, well, I think you deserve a piece of cake. So let's talk about some cool stuff from a really cool company, and then let's get into really cool stuff from a really cool game. Are you ready?
I guess. Do you know where are we posting today? Are we on your channel?
We are on my channel. So if you're watching, that's where we are. And if you're listening, we were in a different place at one point.
I think I might have put out an American Simulator Twitch thing again. That's perfect. Good job, Clutch. Good job.
We're just so good at what we do.
Man, I even thought about this before the stream started, but if you're on Twitch, hey, welcome in. If you're not, well, you're over here on DJ's channel or on Facebook, so welcome in, you guys. We're on podcast as well, wherever you get your favorite podcasts. So you can search us up, the Farm Sim Show there as well. Download the podcast if you want to have it in a not so in your face content style, I guess. Is that the way? I don't even know if that's a word. I don't know. Chat, it's going to be a rough day today. Let's just get on with this.
Let's do it. Go, 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 go.
Oh yeah, I got to hit a button, don't I? Do you remember how this works?
I don't do this part. This is all Fletch.
Oh, this is me?
Anytime you see this happen, it's always him. I never actually push this button.
What button?
You're not going to do it, are you? All right, I hear.
Huge shouty outy goes out to today's sponsor, G-Portal Game Servers. They promised to pay me in chicken nuggies for this. Did you know that G-Portal has the fastest game servers? And in fact, you can choose from a whole plethora of locations so you get the fastest speeds. Plethora. Plethora. I like that word. G-Portal Game Servers is also the easiest way to get you and your friends together in one game, regardless of which platform you play on. If it's Xbox, PlayStation, PC, any of you can all play together. And don't worry, you still get to play with all your mods. In fact, you can get 25 gigabytes of mod space on a G-Portal game server. And even with all that, though you're getting the fastest server, some of the most amount of mod space out there, I'm going to give you 10% off with a link down in the description. And believe me, that's like the best deal out there. You're not getting that just anywhere. In fact, I've looked, guys, and believe me, I'm looking for the best price if I have to pay to hang out with these two jabronis. And just remember, guys, G-Portal game servers, they're faster than DjGoHam going off topic. We may herd cats here, but we herd our livestock over on G-Portal game servers. Make sure you get your 10% off. Link in the description.
Wow.
I'm dying reading this. It's so funny. That's incredible. All right. Let's get right into the controversy. Do you even know how controversial the list that I make can be if I put a lot of modifiers within them?
Do you have modifiers?
I have modifiers.
Like audibles?
Oh, no. No, that's when you change based off of the information that you're given.
Yeah, I'm saying you should probably change. That's what I'm saying. Maybe you should pull an audible on some of these.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let you throw in your ring to the hat. I would love to hear from everybody at home as well. According to Mod Hub.
Oh wait, I thought this was according to DJ.
No, mine's on down the list a little bit, and that's not even.
I'm saying this seems like this is your list in a way, right? Like everything today is pretty much yours.
I did make this list, yes. Do you want to change it up? You want to talk about DLCs first? Maybe new mods, news topics? Oh, you want to do news topics?
We might as well. I mean, there's not much to talk about. There's a little bit, but not a lot.
All right, so I took the top 20 best performing news videos from the year of 2023.
Yeah.
And I counted how many times I mentioned things in the title and thumbnail to see what people are most interested in. And the F350 by far was the most clicked on set of news videos for 2023.
It was a huge deal. I mean,
it's the F350
ridiculous.
Has so much momentum, even its brakes can't stop it.
That was Agritonal, right?
Yeah, I made a good joke right there. That was pretty good.
I wasn't even listening to you. Sorry, were you talking?
It has bad brakes. And it hasn't been updated yet. So it was really funny.
Well, at least it got released. At least we're still not talking about it because that was part of the reason why you managed to put. How many videos did you put out about this that were in the title?
So this is just news. And remember, this is just news. This is not new mods. This is a mod that came out in 2022.
That's true.
And yet it was the most mentioned video in the top news videos this year. It's interesting to me because it was kind of old news at that point.
But it took forever to come out too, though. Like it literally
took a little while to come out.
It took a while, and so you just had a lot of time to talk about it, I think, and then play with the updates too, right? Yeah,
I'm interested to see for you guys at home. What is anything that's like in the title of a Farm Sim news video? Anytime you see a certain thing, you're like, nope, watching that right now. Whether it be like something TLX related or DLC related, or if there's just one mod, you're like, I don't care what it is, I gotta know right now. Watch nobody comment. I'm just sitting here, just being uncomfortable.
Just roasting yourself, just sitting there.
Well, like, actually, we're just whatever you post. It's cool, man. Cool, it's cool.
I mean, that's at least they watch.
Yeah. That being said, I'll tell you number 2 was anything having to do with TLX semi trucks, not the 2020, not the 1982, not the 3500, just the semi trucks.
Okay.
It was really interesting. BC Bueller, you also made one of the lists today. I think maybe even 2 lists.
Yeah. A couple.
The crane, the crane was tight though. New maps, yeah. The Gleaner made a list. It actually made this list. Funny enough, EY modding mods. Man, I wish he would post more.
I'm just like, you look through the top modern news, and there's definitely a theme for anything news related as far as the mods, right? What's the most popular stuff? It's always going to be. It seems to be something truck related.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
I just feel like there should be an LOL at the end of that. I don't know why. Steve's mod. Steve's hadn't posted anything in a while. It'd be nice. Steve, we miss you, man. Make great stuff. Post, please. I want to share
something new. He wants something new to talk about.
Don't send it to me. There's a lot of people recently that have started sending me stuff. They're like, hey, if you want to talk about this, go for it. I'm like, please, can you just post this on your page so I can share it and everybody can see it? I don't want to just give away, be like, oh yeah, here's something exclusive. Anything custom modding, literally anything unrealistic. Alex, I got you, man. I got you. Don't you worry about that.
Got him on that.
Yep. It's
semis. It's funny, like the highest videos in 2023 for news is always, for the most part, truck related.
Which is super funny because number 3 is the Silverado 3500. It was mentioned 6 times in those top 20 videos.
Yeah.
And we hadn't even really been talking about it now. 6 months, maybe?
Yeah.
Now, granted, we talked about this a lot more than 6 times. It's just the top 20 news videos. It was in the thumbnail, it was in the title, and it was eligible for this list. Oh, yeah.
It's, I mean, it was... I've seen a number of people that were with early access, even or early looks on that, and we're getting lots of views on that truck. That was a pretty popular mod to come out, right? So
yeah, and that is funny. So I had a couple questions of people asking me why I didn't do a preview of it.
Yep.
Yeah, Agritono never hit me up.
You were left off the list, huh?
Yeah, I was left off the list. Granted, I didn't bug them either, so maybe that has a lot to do with it. Some of these modders you have to bug them, and I'm not gonna beg you for your mods. I'm sorry.
So, wait. You just finished saying in the mod before, people are sending me all these mods now. Just do it on your own thing, and I'll share it. And then
news. Yeah.
And then you turned around and
it's not the mod itself. They'll send you like a bunch of information, but nobody sends the mod.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna.
Sure.
I'm not gonna just ask for it. I don't know. What's up, Tony?
Tony.
I'm Tony. Another one on the list: Gleaner Combine and Container Packs. And the Gleaner mod still hasn't come out. Actually,
no.
On this list, the Gleaner's the only thing that hasn't come out.
How many? You talked to the Gleaner 3 times?
Talked about the Gleaner 3 times in the top 20 videos.
Yeah.
DJ left off the list. That is what it is, you know.
I once again, like I look at the list. I'm looking at trucks and then the Gleaner. It seems very a North American based list.
It's almost like the majority of viewers for DjGoHam Gaming are love American mods, and it's almost like none of the modders are American except for BC Bueller, who I'm pretty sure is Canadian. F350 made by Agritono, not American. TLX semi truck made by 82 Studio, not American. Gleaner Combine made by Sid Modding, not American. Stainers Hispano, not American. Swapping Pack, BC Bueller, Canadian. We have cake. Mom, I told anybody that can find Mom Pippo's address that they can come have cake.
You may not want to post that address in the chat. Just saying, you're gonna end up with people there for sure.
Yeah, don't post anything. And then the others in 5th, we had the TLX 1982. Swathing Pack, BC Bueller, what up? Toji's in here. And the White Field Boss. And to add to this list, you want to know the number 1 map that people were watching me on this year?
The number 1 map?
According to Supercut views.
Supercut views.
Yeah.
Let's see, what would be the number one map?
The Ohio map.
What's that? The Ohio map?
Yeah. In the
What?
past, with videos that were released in 2023, the Ohio map, was it Richlands, Ohio? Is that it?
Yeah. Richlands, Ohio.
And more views on that. Like, it's
Interesting.
been ridiculous. We're talking like 500,000 for everything. Like each.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's
Crazy.
I'm trying to think what would be I didn't go through my my Supercut series at all to see what would be the number one. It wouldn't be that though, that's for sure. That's interesting.
I expected it to be. Now, to be fair,
The
Alma series is just doing this.
yeah. Alma's it's a pretty popular map, of course.
It was a lot of fun. Alma, Missouri episode number 1 was my most.
No, once again, to be fair, do people tune into a Supercut series or a series in general based on a map typically? Like, do they? Yes, that's maybe a determining factor, but generally speaking, it's like there's something else that's people are getting intrigued by on a playthrough.
Man, you know how I know you don't watch my videos? It's all based on the map.
As I tell you,
man. Other than that, I do almost not the same thing, but a lot of the same stuff on each map, and I just kind of see how to base it. I really am playing Flower Simulator, and
I just do the exact same thing 12 times in a row on a different map. I just
Shadow
switch it up and do it all over again.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat.
Is it Shadow or Moonlight as a baker in my off time in Farming Simulator? I don't think that was it. Let's move on. I'm pretty sure I said something I didn't mean to. Yeah. So those were like the top topics. But yeah,
that's interesting. It is interesting to see, like I said, that it's trucks and an American Combine. Of course, it's not in the game. It's like mostly truck based for sure. Is something that doesn't really surprise me, but in a way still is like, yeah, I guess maybe modders should make more trucks.
I think modders should make more trucks for sure. You want to talk about top mods for Mod Hub or top mods based on videos?
Should we talk about DLCs first?
Let's do DLCs. This was interesting to me.
Okay, first off, before we get into like views and like popular DLCs and everything else, how do you feel about this year's DLC pack as a whole? I know I'm putting you on the spot on this one a little bit. Yeah. I'm curious.
Yeah, I feel like that.
He's not going to talk about it.
It
was a weird year to me.
It was not as good as last year.
No.
For me.
Yeah, and I agree. I don't think I'm looking through our list of things here. I don't see anything on the list that was like, this is my must-have DLC package. Where last year I did have that at least. This year I'm looking through the list and I'm like, okay, there's some interesting packages in here. There's some stuff that I kind of question that was even released as a DLC.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got lots of new content, I have to admit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not this thing that I was like, oh man, well, this is awesome. We need to have this. It was, I'm really hoping for better. It just didn't quite hit the mark for me, at least.
It was the thing. So order number 1 was premium, then emergency pack, Horsch, Oxbow, Gurval, and Hay and Forage. However,
Hay and Forage was that far down, eh?
Hay and Forage was that far down, but there was only 3 videos that I spoke about it as the primary topic.
And to be fair, I guess, okay, so I'm looking at view totals, very, very similar totals to Gurval pack. Yeah.
But I should have put in how many videos I spoke about it as the primary topic as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, this includes news videos as well. I will say for Hay and Forge and the Gurval pack, the release videos, like the ones you post on a Friday before the DLC comes out, you guys spoke with your views and you didn't care.
Yeah. Well, I think both of those pack, like Hay and Forge is very similar to what was it, the premium from Sim 19 in a way, right?
Yeah.
And then we've got the Gurval pack, and that one seemed to fall flat to me as well. But the Oxbow is not too far behind there. It doesn't seem like it added really much. There was one piece of equipment that I was excited to use in that for the most part, unfortunately.
Yeah.
As much as I understand why the Oxbow pack came out for our new crops that I haven't really been using much personally. I don't know. I think they're an underutilized crop in farm sim personally. I don't think a lot of people use them, but anyways, I digress. It's just not it is interesting to see the view totals on some of those videos that you're getting.
Yeah, very.
And you gifted memberships.
Yeah, I forgot I could do this. I'm doing this real quick. I had 10 of them. I don't know how I got 10, but
yeah.
It said you can't take them over every month, but you get 5 every month, and I had 10. So, so these are free 1 month gifted memberships. Yeet.
Nice work.
There you go. And super random. I had no control over any of that.
The as far as the DLC cast, the horse got a lot actually. I mean, 107,000 views you said on that one. For how much content did you put on horse?
There were a few. Granted, horse I had early access to.
Yes.
So that was the thing that we showed off when we were in Lauing in Germany.
Yeah.
So that was that. Emergency pack was the thing.
Yeah.
That was the thing that blew my mind, because I think it's because it was held back from console players so long. Which, by the way, Giants, please stop making PC only stuff. Thanks. Moving on.
Hey, do we have any more console only mods? Was there what was it that one?
I don't think so.
that was weird.
And reiteration, unfortunately, channel memberships are completely random, but YouTube is giving creators free memberships to give away, and so we just kind of hit a button and it just picks 5 random people each time. But if you got a channel membership, awesome. We may, if we do the show next week, which I think maybe we are, maybe. If we did the show in 2 weeks, we probably have to do it from the airport, because at the time we start the show, I'll be getting to the airport. We're headed to the UK. Headed to the UK. I'm meeting Farmer Cop.
That's right.
2 hours before our flight. He's flying into the airport in North Carolina, and then we've got like a 2-hour wait after he lands. So I'm meeting him, and then we fly to the UK.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be fun. But yeah, and then premium. I talked about it a lot, and I noticed that a lot of the videos that I posted about it were premium DLC gameplay and features. There was like 3 videos with the same title. Yeah, I'm gonna try and avoid that in the future, or at least
it's a little confusing for people.
Yeah, or at least change it up a little bit.
I mean, that DLC did fairly well. I think for people, people were fairly somewhat receptive to it. I mean, you get a new map. Map is decent. It's not mind blowing, but it's good.
Yeah.
You get some new crops. Some people were pretty excited about the new crops. I don't know.
Yeah, I do think it was definitely one of those where the DLC released and then people were like, oh, okay, this is a little bit more than I thought it was going to be.
No, maybe.
So
like I said, that's it does show that obviously people are excited. The emergency pack, people seem to be excited, but like you said, it might have been the fact that there was a staggered release to it. That's always a possibility.
Yeah.
But I still think there's a lot of people that were excited to have those features brought into Farm Sim that
it's cool, man.
We didn't really know was possible in a way.
Yeah, it's really neat. I mean, especially if you know kind of the backstory of the modding team, Creative Mesh, that put it together. One of the guys, Jack Rue, he works as a like a volunteer fireman in Germany in his off time. And it's really cool because he got to 3D scan like actual pieces of equipment that work. And it was just kind of neat. And I saw a lot of people saying as well, you know, this, it doesn't belong in Farming Simulator. You know what? People have been pretending to be firefighters for years now. At least now they can actually be a firefighter and do stuff.
That's cool. I kind of wonder if there was a North American pack for that, if it would do better too. Because there is definitely a culture in North America, at least, where that is fairly well sought after. So I wonder how that would do as far as the community would, what the response of the community would be on a North American emergency pack.
Yeah. The drinking coffee and yawning. Yeah, I know. So speaking with Creative Mesh, they understand that the American audience wants American things. They live in Europe, so it's a lot easier to make it a European thing. I'm seeing every time I see a lot of comments asking about why is this, not American? Why is that not American? Because most of the American modders are making PC only stuff and don't care about putting stuff out for console. Not everybody, and that's a really blanket statement.
Yeah,
and would be
you're
nice.
Not wrong. You're definitely not wrong.
Like putting stuff on mod.
The people I know that would do that type of a mod over on this side of the pond are more of a third party. just put it out there, and if you want to play with it, go for it. If you don't, well, sorry, you can't play it on console, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. And there might be, you know what, it might be something that comes with time for sure as well, because like you could say that maybe as we move further on and the North American market develops a bit more into the in the community, we might see that more into the mod hub as well. Who knows?
Would be nice to see. Just
anyway, so premium, emergency pack, and then Horsch. The Horsch one is still, that one still irks me. I love the equipment, but man, when you had it for free in 19, you got to pay for it in 22.
It was. I will say it's different. I did a little bit of research, so there's a couple videos I've done research for that'll be released over the next few weeks, and Horsch was something that I totally had the wrong mindset when coming into this DLC. Looking at the old stuff and talking with AW Modding, who's doing a lot of stuff from the old pack.
Yeah.
He's bringing more and more stuff. I'm like, where are you getting all this stuff? He's like, it wasn't in this one. I was like, wait, was anything? Maybe there was one or two things. I'll have to go back and insert rugged testing comment here.
There was to be fair, there in the free pack that came out in 19, there was actually a lot more pieces of equipment that were included in that, right?
Yeah.
Like some very interesting, somewhat unique, maybe was so like single purpose equipment almost, but there was some interesting stuff that was not included in the DLC pack, which I thought was kind of interesting as well.
Yeah. Definitely would have been cool to see Giants go like, hey, here's the Horsch DLC, but also here's the Horsch free DLC for a third time. I would have taken both, but you know, I understand they're moving forward. They have brand deals, they have contractual obligations they have to meet. It just kind of is what it is.
Well, it is what it is, but it doesn't mean we can't say something about it.
we will still say something about it in hopes that they will see it, hear it, and put our wants.
I just know the community has spoken a little bit. It's like, well, why am I getting the year 2 season pass if I like I know that was somebody had said that in one of the streams. Like the Horsch was the one pack I heard about and I was like most excited about. And then I learned I bought my year 2 seasons pass. I still got to go buy this DLC and I'm pissed off about it. I'm like, oh, well, fair enough. Yeah, like that's a bit of a kick in the knackers. I agree.
I definitely think moving forward. By the way, I don't expect to see a year 3 DLC thing. I don't think we had a year 3 in Farm Sim 19, if I remember correctly.
Did we have any DLCs?
I will definitely say this: year 2 season pass has got me thinking a lot more on how I push and how I recommend the yearly season passes.
We didn't even talk about the last DLC that came out. Technically, well, it's not technically the last.
Case didn't make the list. If a DLC releases and I immediately get pissed off, it's not making the list.
So you weren't happy with that one? Okay, I got it.
I was so mad that before making a video, I made comments towards certain employees of Giants.
I like the equipment. I don't understand the release schedule for it. It was a cool 2 pieces, 2 tractors. They're both great. I use them both, but man, that was weird.
Don't charge me $2 for 2 tractors when you charge me $5 for a bunch of mowers.
Just looking at Farm Sim 19 just quickly before we move on, just because I wanted to refresh my mind at least on this as well. Premium expansion looks like it was the last thing. We had the Rodney pack and the Grimy pack as well. So yeah, that would have been the last thing, right?
Yeah.
So that would have been year 3. I don't think we had a single DLC pack then technically.
There wasn't much. There was 2 DLCs. Person insane. Why is somebody at my house? Do you want cake?
You heard about the cake. I'm here for the cake. Yeah, I'm just looking through that list.
Oh, no. It's at my little cousin's wedding, I broke the headphone cord to my DJ headphones. And they've been out of stock online, and finally I found them. So I bought one the other day. I forgot about it. So there you go.
There was not nearly as many DLC as in 19, though. I'll give them that much.
Yeah. Now we're getting a lot of stuff. If that, I mean, mods are well past what we had previously, and
for sure
we're doing good. I think people are wanting maybe some quality to.
We don't have a number of how many mods we have, do we, in the mod hub? Like, there's not a number anywhere listed, is there?
That would be a Farmer Klein thing. He actually, on the 2-year anniversary of Farming Simulator 22, he did a list. So definitely go check out Farmer Klein for that. Let's see what else we got over here today. What did we? Oh yeah, the DLCs. Should we talk about mod hubs, maps, and mods, or should we talk about mine from new mod videos? I think the new mod videos is.
I think let's quickly talk about yours, and then we could go into what the. I mean, I agree 100% with yours. Like once again, the video, the new top mods from you don't really differ that much from the modern news in a lot of ways.
Yeah. You got the same modders on there: 82 Studio, Agritono, BC Bueller, and EY Modding.
Yeah, so I mean, that kind of gives you the hint on what mods are on DJ's top mod list for sure. So we might as well talk about that quickly.
So I made a list of all of the new mod videos. So I took every new mod video from this year, and I looked to see when a mod released. You know, there's always one mod in a mod video, and I was very fortunate because all 5 of these mods had no competition. None whatsoever. Nobody was watching the video for nothing else other than these mods. So the number 1 most watched new mod video I did this past year was the TLX Service Pack. 82 Studio, 66,000 views. And this kind of threw me a little bit. I was not expecting this mod specifically to be the one that got the most. And it was a win by 9,000 views. Man, that was a lot. This is more than 10%. There's a link if you just want to click the link. It's got a link.
What's that?
There's a link beside. I put links on this.
Oh, I wasn't even going to click on it. I was just looking through the list of some of the top mods. But anyways, go ahead.
Number 2 was the Silverado 3500, which I do expect that to go up. It was a little bit unfortunate because it only came out a couple weeks ago. So it's a little unfair that the service pack's been out for half a year or close to, and then the Silverado just dropped. So
yeah.
I think that says it's already 57,000 views on that one. That Silverado 3500, if it would have released 2 years ago, no other mod would have a chance.
No, this thing is it has been a bit of a revolutionary mod in that sense for the mod hub, I think, for sure.
Not the most advanced truck we have.
No.
With that, not the most technically advanced for the year of 2023.
No.
But it's a Silverado on the front, and it looks good.
Yep.
And it drives just fine.
Well, and that's just it. It's the authenticness. Is that a word? I don't know. That's what people want to see in Farm Sim, right? They want. I mean, branded trucks have been.
It was ridiculous.
That's what they want. That's what people want to see. So, fair enough.
GD, you got to get your chipper up. By the way, I'll be talking about the chipper on Monday in Farm Sim News. So keep a look out for that. Third was the TLX 1982 with 52,000 views.
It's weird. There's TLX twice on this list, right? It's bizarre, right?
There are, yeah. Well, he only released 2 TLX this year. So both of them made the list.
Once again, it's weird they're both on the list.
Yeah. I tried not to put personal opinion on any of these. I just tried to use factual information to see, like, oh, well, here we go. Silverado drives worse than the 350. Then I need to go back and check some stuff because I thought it was fine, but I didn't put it through its paces either. Fourth was the land clearing mod from BC Bueller, 52,000 views. Now, I will say it was fire in the thumbnail.
Literally.
It was fire in the thumbnail. There's been fire in 2 videos I've ever done. This was one of the best mod videos that has ever performed. And the other one's the best video that I did this year. So
once again, very original concept, right? Like
super cool. Super awesome.
Yeah, it's just something totally original, so for sure. That deserves to be up there 100%.
Yep. And then the John Deere 4020 pulling tractor.
That caught me off guard a little bit. That caught me off guard, I have to admit. But I mean, it is an old John Deere, so
it's an old John Deere.
Should it really catch you off guard? I don't know.
I mean, everything makes sense. John Deere 4020, pulling tractor, EY modding.
I guess.
I
just wonder. It's interesting. It's not a big thing on my list, but I'm glad to see that the community found something different that I would not have thought of. That's cool.
Yep. And I will also say throughout these thumbnails, the land clearing from BC Bueller was the only one that had fire.
It was definitely fire. I'll give it that much.
I try not to do it up. If it's a mod, if it's a truck, here it is, right in front of General Motors or whatever the thing in game's called. I don't even remember. It's in every thumbnail I do, and I never remember what it's called. So there you go. Those are, according to you guys that have watched my videos, those are the ones that you watched the most.
All right. Well, then you know what? I can't argue with any of those. I think those are all safe. I would love to see more farming equipment brought back into some of it, but I understand why, because it's the part of farm sim that is still, I don't want to say lacking, but it's still developing in a way, right? Like all the trucks, it's tough. Anyways, Albert's don't like newbies. Get out of here, newbie farmer. Hey, buddy, what's going on? I got you. We have chat up right now. Do we want to get controversial?
All right, let me get you controversial. DjGoHam made a list. He made
this is not your list.
No, these are two lists: is the top maps and the top mods, based on the fact if it was new or updated in the year 2023. Clever motors. It's very unclever. Burn. These are mods that are on Mod Hub, so it could have released the day after Farming Simulator dropped and got an update sometime in 2023. I say that because it's the most recent version of the mod. Sometimes mods suck, and then you update them, and then they're fine. And then they do better after they get updated. So this is a chance to say, hey, you updated your mod. You did better.
But these are based on downloads, right? Number of downloads. These
are based on downloads. You guys can actually take a look at all of these if you go to the top downloaded section of Mod Hub or in the Mod Hub in your game. You're going to see the exact same list of everything. Here, I'll show you right here. So you just go to top downloaded, and then there you go. We've got everything here. Some stuff like
the problem is figuring out when the release date where some of the stuff are. That's all.
Yeah. So you click on the Dutch pack right here. It was March 14th, 2023, but it was an update. So could I go back and look and find out exactly when it was released? Yeah. I didn't do that.
But we didn't do that.
Also, I just changed the DPI on my mouse. Stop it! Knock it off. Oh, Logitech G Hubs. Rabble. So let's talk about it. Do you want to do mods first or maps first?
Let's start with mods first. Maps, because we can dive. I want to see what community says about maps this year. That's for sure. Let's start with mods.
TLX 3500 released, I believe, 2022 sometime. However, it was updated in 2023. Therefore, making it, because it's the number 2 mod on the top mods list, making it, or number 2? Number 3. Anyway, that's why it made number 1.
Oh, this is the 3500. Sorry, I grabbed the wrong one. Anyway, you get the idea.
Yeah, 3500. It was number 1. It was the number 1.
Are we surprised?
Number 1 on Giant's list, not mine, of mods that were released or updated in the year 2023.
I think the TLX has been number 1 on Mod Hub's list for, like, it's been in some form of a TLX. It seems like almost since launch. Has it not?
Do you agree with Mod Hub, with the people who have downloaded this mod, saying that the TLX 3500 is the best truck on the Mod Hub?
Are they saying it's the best, or are they just saying it's most popular?
Oh, it's definitely the most popular.
Is there a difference in those two statements?
Is there?
I don't know.
There's a dirt bike in front of it, if that matters, but it was released last year.
Yeah, but once again,
it's good.
Let's take a look at what the ratings are. You're getting a 4.7 on the 3500, where the dirt bike's only getting what, 4.3.
Yeah, I mean it's lower, but it's a Husqvarna dirt bike. I didn't know these were real. I mean, I figured it was, but I'd never seen one. Yeah,
is this the parsnips all over again?
Shut up. But when I went to Florida, I saw a truck that had 2 of these on the back. I was no way, that's awesome.
I remember when the Husqvarnas first dove into a dirt bike. I was actually racing motorbikes when Husqvarna first jumped into it with their, what was it, the 610, I think was the model. And it was a fairly somewhat popular enduro just because it was such a bigger motor than everything else that was out there. Anyways, I digress. The 3500 though, yeah, it's like I said, it's the only thing that's been updated that's up on this top row at least.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the most popular mods in Farm Sim. I think everybody, when they download Farm Sim, or if they go into the mod hub for the first time, this is like one of the quintessential mods that they're going to be downloading.
Yeah. It's very cool. Very cool.
And the fact that I think the biggest thing with anything that 82 Studio does with his mods as well, it's not that it's just a truck. Like, and that could be an argument for like maybe the Silverado even, but it comes with so much else. Like there's so many modifications you can make to this thing. It's ridiculous. I don't know how he comes up with this stuff. The ideas he comes up with to do all this with one truck is a bit mind-boggling, and the attention to detail is amazing for that, right?
I know.
Oh.
He's got a lot of really good moderators and channel members and
Sure he does.
subscribers, and he listens to what they say for the most part.
What I no, I totally agree. I'm just saying he comes up with these ideas on his own too, and I'm just giving him as much props as I possibly can.
So I remember when he sent me the because the 3500 I think was released in Farm Sim 19 as well.
Yeah, near the end I think.
But I remember he sent me a screenshot of him modding for the first time, just behind the scenes. Back then, he's like, "It's a new truck. It's 3500. It's bigger than the 2020." I was like, "Oh, let's go!"
For some reason, I thought you were skeptical of it.
I was skeptical of his first truck because it was based off of Ford, but then he completely changed everything.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, I wasn't the first person to find him. Simulation for the Nation was.
Makes sense.
Just saying. Next up, tension belt support. This is one that kind of goes past me because a lot of stuff in the game is tension belt supported. But then again, this supports my theory of everything should be colorable.
Is that a theory?
It's a working theory. I'm still doing some research.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really glad it's all platforms, because that was something I remember being worried about at one point in time. Was like, oh, is this just going to be a PC only mod when this first came out because of the way it has to act? But I'm glad it went all platforms. Anyways,
the thing is, like, all this stuff works like this base game now, doesn't it?
I know. I don't get it. It's bizarre to me. Once again,
so 19, it didn't work like that. In 19, these had to have a little line of code that said they could be strapped down.
Yeah.
But now I think they've just kind of kept the thing, made a couple extra parts colorable maybe, and made them
you remember trying to put like equipment on the train and strapping it down? 19 and letting it run, or horses maybe?
Not as well as I think I should, I guess, at this point. Next up, Blizzard Rumbler Van. This has been a staple of Farming Simulator. 15, I think, on PC, 17 for all platforms, 19 for all platforms. 17 was when this mod really got popular.
How is this popular? I don't understand this one.
I'm not sure. I think it's just because it's been popular in previous games. It does get regular updates. Give them that much.
Fair enough. And like it's fine for what it is, but it's a van. I don't understand.
It's a van now.
How is this popular as it is?
It's got auto load. A lot of people want to. It's got multiple versions now, so you can redo Man with a Van from Top Gear if you want to.
I think it's a great mod. I am not disagreeing. It's just such a weird mod to be downloaded as much as it is.
Oh, it was like top 5 or top 4 in 19 or 17, I think.
I think once again, this comes down to the community looking for different vehicles, like different cars and trucks that they want to have personal vehicles in game and be usable. I hate to say it, but like the vehicle we got with the premium DLC, that little truck van thing, what the hell was that? Like, come on, Giants, that thing was garbage. What is that thing? That thing is ugly. It's not usable for anything. Like that was a big miss on my part. Like even put the Rumbler van in there would have been more useful than the thing they gave us for the DLC. Anyways, it just boggles my mind a little bit. This is a #1 mod or a top mod. It's kind of cool. It's kind of funny that it's there. It just makes me laugh a little bit. That's all.
So I misspoke. The Rumbler van is not one of the top mods for Farming Simulator 19. It's not even on the first 4 pages.
Oh, there you go.
I misspoke. I apologize.
I am, like I said, the fact it has the auto load. There were some smart decisions made. Like if you look at this picture, for example, like being able to fit a whole pallet between the wheel wells. Like that's sometimes that people don't think that through or make it so you can't fit a whole pallet inside. They thought of that when they built this, so you can actually fit a whole pallet, and that's smart.
Yep.
But it's a van.
It's a van.
It's a van. Anyways.
We also have the Telex Phoenix series at #4. This was updated in 2023. I don't think it released in 2023, but updated. It was version 1.2.1, so it's seen a few updates. Man, it's got everything. This is one of those mods. This made my top 10 list. I made a top 10 list and then made the video I posted yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
This definitely made my top 10 list, not because of the truck, but
it's all the once again, it's all the customizations, right?
yeah, it's all the customizations, it's all the attachments. This pack has got so much stuff in it that it's just absolutely ridiculous how much is in here. I mean, this is the auto load that it supports for all the where is it? Yeah, these are all like the extra productions. So these are not base game. These are extra productions that it supports. At one point, you could pull under his multi-buying station and fill it up, and now you can't for some reason. Yo, how do I join? You wait 2 weeks and then meet us in the UK. Roasted. We get to see him there. I'm so excited to see him again. Yeah, there's just so much stuff that it supports. It's top mod. You gotta have this mod. Go get the mod.
Once again, it's a super popular truck mod. I think everyone downloads it right off the bat. So there you go.
Now, number 5, I have qualms with.
I don't understand.
I have qualms. Oh, it's what we talked about earlier. I know,
but once again, I don't understand how it got there.
No.
Okay.
I know. I understand. It is the old farm package. Now, DMI modding have a tendency to have their buddies making maps and then asking them to use every single mod they've ever made in the history of Farming Simulator 22 as a placeable, which is
that
why
the reason this one's downloaded so much.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's also why the Bavarian Farm Pack is the same thing. Now, granted, it's good, but it's required on like 1 out of every 5 maps. I hate required mods. Rabble.
I know that's something well, I mean, that was global companies for you originally. Why do I have to download this one mod that has to have 6 other mods? And I get that. What mods, I'm trying to figure out what maps all require these shed packs. Good lists.
They're not memorable because I don't talk about them a whole lot.
There we go. So they're not exactly memorable maps, but I guess if you're gonna download it once, you're gonna get this map or this pack as well. You're not wrong. Could be a reason why these are getting downloaded so much.
But potentially, that's
maybe
they're not bad.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm still. It is. They're decent shed packs. They're not. I don't think they're deserving to be a top download by any means. They're decent, but they're not nothing special, right?
It is what it is.
I know.
It is what
interesting, it is. Like I said.
And then we got some maps.
Now, once again, before we move on to this, were these updated?
None of these released in 2023. Not a one of them.
These are all mods that have been released prior to 2023. Like, what are the odds that you're going to get a mod that gets released next year that's going to be able to move up that list? Like, slim to none, no matter what it is. Like, you look back, if you look at the top mod list, this is the bigger problem you're having. It's time generated, essentially, right? Like, it's whatever's been out the longest is typically going to stay up there if it's something that's been popular. And if you look at what the top mod list is, the top mod right here, government subsidies, right? The mod that came out the very first mod for Farm Sim 22
released the same day Farm Sim 22 released.
Now, granted, I understand why it's there. Console players still use this. I personally, for PC players, there's better mods now than using that, but everyone needed a way to get money to start with. So this, like, day one, this one gangbusters, because everyone's like, oh yeah, look, and I can get all the equipment I want in one day now if I just put a bunch of signs down and look, I got infinite money. I don't need to worry about it. I can play with everything. I get why it's there, but I think, how do you beat that now? Like, how can you, like, even look at the rankings, 34,000 compared to the next ones as half of that.
Yep. And imagine all the people that downloaded it and didn't rate or anything like that.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Like I'm saying, like, if you're looking at the rankings, that gives you an idea how many people download, because we don't see numbers on downloads. I would love to see what the download numbers are. There's no way to do that, is there? No.
No.
Giants would have that, but we won't.
Yeah. Even if I could bug them enough for them to tell me, I wouldn't be able to tell you guys.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be curious to see what the download different numbers on, like, even just between those two mods, the number 1 and number 2, because it's got to be double, obviously.
I've got a good relationship with both of those modders. I could probably hit them up and be like,
yeah, I'd be curious, just as a social experiment, what the different numbers on downloads were for the number 1 and number 2, because it seems like it's fairly extreme.
Yeah. Anyway, number 1 was East Vineland, New Jersey, Mac Trucker 921.
Fair enough.
Number 2 was Gilchrist Valley, not by Puma, but by Celebuki, who then made Alma, Missouri, and the Iowa Plains View. Number 3 was Green River by Bart of NDL.
Yep.
Number 4 was Frankenmuth from Taylor Farms, not to be confused with any of their other great maps. And number 5 was Westbridge Hills 22 by Zero Oyoto, not to be confused with Westbridge Hills 22 by Vanquish or whoever else did it.
List is kind of bunk, man. I'm not gonna lie.
There's a lot of stuff in there. A lot of stuff.
That list is pretty bunk. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, speaking of, here you go. You were talking about this earlier, off screen.
Yeah.
He's the one that made it.
Well, of course he was.
BC, we'll talk about that later. Maybe we can get that together with because you can tell me the government subsidy isn't monetized. Oh, is it? I don't understand.
Is that a joke?
Now I'm starting to think that it's a joke. Yeah,
It feels like it might be a joke. Just saying.
I feel joked with.
Anyway,
So those are
when you try to look through that list find your top maps for the year, that
none of those are top maps right now, other than Frankenmuth.
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, East Villain's a good map as well, like Mac Trucker's map. I would have a tough time ranking that in my top 5 maps.
But it makes if I had to pick out all my favorite maps from Farming Simulator 22, makes that list.
Yeah, would it be your top 5 though?
I don't know.
For
me, neither one
would
of those
not make my top 5 list for sure. I have to go through it, but I definitely wouldn't be in my top 5. There isn't a map on there that would be in my top 5. In fact, East Vinland would be the only one I would rank. And Frankenmuth's a good map too, though. You're right.
GG, no, it's not my fault. It just wasn't on the list. I didn't make the list. It just wrote it down.
It's simply on the list. Like I said, these maps are like.
Yeah. Now
there's some questions on that.
It is funny because Gibbersons and Poor Boy Modding have maps that I believe are in the top 10 that were released or updated this year.
Okay.
And if we made lists of the maps that were just released in 2023, they would both have at least one map in the top 5 or top 10. Because of course you've got like Court Farms that dropped this year.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest map that dropped this year.
Yeah.
For Farm Sim 22 on Mod Hub anyway.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Alma, Missouri's up there as well. Huge.
Alma, American Farming is another one as well, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I got some maps up there.
There should be some other maps I think that should be pushing up into that list.
Yeah.
And I guess once again, these are just the top downloaded maps this year. That's all we're talking about that have been released or updated this year. So it is a little bit of an odd list, but there's not a great way without diving into your own content some ways to figure it out, because like, Giants doesn't really have a list that's set up properly for this to figure it out.
And I already made 3 of those lists already for this video. Also, if you'd like for these lists to be publicly available, I'm happy to post them on the community tab or something. That way you can go through and make your own if you want. Be a good idea.
And once again, if you guys want to find ways to manipulate this list, well, you can always go and download the maps and delete and re-download again. I mean, just saying, I condone that action, but it's something you could probably do to get your favorite maps to the top of the list.
I think it's not a bad opportunity. Giants, we're not saying.
Speaking of downloading, though, maybe can you guys start ranking stuff?
That'd be cool.
Like use the star format and rate your mods that you enjoy using, because that probably goes a long ways to help out the modders as well.
And I don't want to say, drop 1 stars on the mods that you don't like, but it, just stuff on my desk. It is nice.
Stuff's getting in the way of your in the mod hub that you don't think should be there. Maybe that's something you could possibly do.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stars to choose from, and I do think that it's important to anything that you download, vote on it after you've used it.
Yeah, there you go.
Plus, it tells the modder like, "Oh, hey, people really don't like this about my mod. I should probably change that." Or they can say like, "Oh man, people really love my my map. Wonder what else I could do."
So I'm just looking through the top mods I just top mods in Farm Sim generally speaking. I see precision farming's listed here. 10 would not recommend.
I didn't. No. Yeah, I didn't put precision farming on the list. It was giants.
No,
Giants
and fair enough. I agree. It should be on the list, but it's not. I don't think it's been updated this year. No, it has. It was updated at the start of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
when are we going to get an update for precision farming to work with the premium DLC? Is going to be my question.
I would definitely say next year, probably. Can I hide behind my microphone?
Can we please get an update to this so it works properly with the premium DLC? Like, I love this mod. I use precision farming DLC constantly, and when it negates part of the premium DLC, drives me crazy. Anyways,
yeah. I just want
it was put out by Giant Software. Like, that feels like it should have been a thing that should have been updated day one. Just saying. Come on, Giants, get on it.
I mean, Silver Run had 3 levels of fertilization to start with.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, and I was like, hey, you got 3. Nothing in Farming Simulator 22 takes 3. That's the Farm Sim 19 and 17 setting.
Yeah. Did you guys forget this is Farm Sim 22? I feel like you forgot something.
There's been a few times where I've been like, walk up the stairs to Giant Software and be like, hey, you did this, and it wasn't supposed to be like that. And then they go, well, actually, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh, man, you're right. But that one, I was real proud of that one. I was like, Marcel!
You owned that one, did you?
Marcel, what is this doing here? And he was like, hey, we fixed the next update. And he was right.
There you go. Well, once again, I hope precision farming gets an update because, like I said, I like using that mod. I like the ideas behind that mod. And it's real life consequences basically, but why can't we get that to work with the new DLC? Come on. Anyways,
I ain't in it.
I can say.
We do got some. What was the most overhyped mod or topic that you thought from this year? What was something that was hyped up and then it released? You're like, eh.
So okay, this is coming from a PC player. I found the 3500 hype to be a little overwhelming. And that is simply because, once again, you're looking through the lens of a PC player who has access to 3500s day in, day out. Like, there's so many of these mods that are on various platforms, and we have them, that every time you look at one of your videos, for example, it's like, oh, more news on the 3500. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's it for me. Once again, and it's not that the truck is bad by any means. It's a great truck. It's
just for you personally, which was the question.
Exactly. For me personally, it's just that as looking at through the lens of the mods that I have access to on PC, another Chevy Silverado doesn't really make a difference to me.
No. I'm trying to think of what the answer would be for me, but unfortunately,
it's a little bit more difficult for you for sure.
It's a little bit more difficult for me because I'm making videos on hyping some of this stuff up.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound biased or anything like that because that's not my job on screen or camera.
Yeah.
I have a hard time disagreeing with you, but for different reasons.
I mean, it was like the hype behind that was huge though. And there's still, like, your videos show, like, we talked about this, but the amount of people that were interested in that DLC was exponential above pretty much anything, or not DLC, above that mod was exponential above everything else for the most part.
I think maybe I'll have a hard time arguing with Nuke here. Oxbow was if I remember correctly, it was the longest mod or DLC preview video that I did all year. And
the longest?
Yeah, because there was only 5 things. I was like, fine, if there's only a couple things, then I'm going to test the heck out of everything. And boy, oh boy, did I.
Painful. Hey, I like the merger that came with that pack. I have to admit, that thing's awesome.
I use that a lot. I use that a lot.
Like, if I understand, I could say, yeah, overhyped. Is it overhyped though? Like, did anybody really care about that DLC?
No, but I think I may have been guilty of overhyping it.
Oh, okay. But were you hyped for it? Like, did you care when it got announced? You're like, oh yay, Oxbow pack. Like, once you knew what was in it, like,
on screen or off screen?
Wow. You I don't want to get in your head, but in your head, did you really think it was going to be something fantastic? No, and that's how I when I first heard the Oxbow pack was coming, I thought there might be some combines of some sort. because they do have some stuff as well. Like in real life, I've got some mods actually that I've seen that like for chaffing corn and stuff like that. Anyways, I thought that was going to be more what that was going to lean into. I didn't think it was going to be just into grapes. Anyways, I wouldn't say it was a letdown, but it was what I expected. It was not. I wasn't hyped for it, that's for sure.
This is interesting because it kind of elaborates a little bit on something that we've talked about, on that. Not that Farming Simulator is dead right now by any stretch of the imagination, but the hype is not where it was a year ago.
No,
and I do think that the year 2 season, or what was included with the year 2 season pass, had a lot to do with that. It was a bit of a, at least for American players that like the nice American equipment and American maps, it was definitely a year of
Silver Run was like, if I look at maps, Silver Run was an incredible map to me still.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like it didn't have a lot of farming, but it had a little bit that people could still do, at least. So if you wanted to still run a farm, you still could farm on that map and still be somewhat successful in that. But the actual layout of the map and the just the detail to everything else that goes into that map is still crazy to me. The Zelonka map doesn't quite, like, it's once again, Zelonka's not a bad map. I've said this 1,000 times now because everyone always asks, like, how do you feel about that map, Clutch? It's not a bad map. Is it my favorite map? No, it's a middle of the road farm sim map to me.
And if you don't put any required mods in, we'll be just fine.
There we go.
So now, moving away from that, what are you looking forward to the most to at this point? Without knowledge of any mods coming out, anything, what are you looking forward to the most? And I can tell you my answer because it's super easy, and yours may be the same. You're like, oh yeah, definitely. Mine is information on the next game.
Well, of course. I mean,
we're to a point now where I don't think Giants would have announced that we're getting a year 3 deal, or year 3.
Would they have
DLC thingy at this point? So do I think we'll get DLCs next year? Yeah, I do think we will, because of course we will. We did in 2019 or Farm Sim 19 when it wasn't even the plan to do 3 years. So I think they've planned out 3 years.
Okay.
Because we definitely didn't get the game now. And Farming Simulator 22, I don't think has enough moving forward at this point to go 4 years. It's yeah. I think 3 years. Honestly, I think if they just release the next game in the summer next year, people will be happy.
Huh.
I unfortunately, I think Farming Simulator is just kind of, or 22 is, it's dropped a lot faster than 19 did, but I blame all the DLCs that came out this year. And that's that's just an honest truth that I really hope nobody from Giants is watching right now.
I tend to watch, like, I every once in a while I check out where, like, how many concurrent users. There's always on Steam, at least, is kind of an interesting way to look at it. It doesn't take into console players into effect, unfortunately. No. But getting an idea of how many people are currently playing Farm Sim always does correlate a little bit onto our side and YouTube on how many people are actually going to watch videos and be interested in stuff that's coming up with Farm Sim, of course. And it seems like it's been, I don't want to say super steady, but it's been relatively decently steady recently. Like, okay, here, let me just show this quickly. Stage. So December 2021, this is launch. We had a peak of 96,000 concurrent players, of course, on launch. That's the first day. Probably there was 100,000 people playing Farm Sim on Steam. That makes sense. And then you can see a steady drop, right?
Yeah.
So by March of the first year, we're down to 35,000 people playing. Was our max player in that month. And then that kind of stays true throughout the summer, around 30,000 people. It does tend to go up as we get closer to this year, which I thought was kind of odd. I mean, in October 2023 here, we've had peak user of 51,000 people all of a sudden.
Well, I mean, I can tell you, I get the most views on the channel come in October, November, and December, with November generally being a peak around when the expansion comes out. So
yeah. It does seem like there's been a recent surge. Now, if we go to last year, like December 2022, November 2022, it did peak a little bit, but not to the same extent as it did this year.
It was a super sharp peak instead of a growth.
Yeah, so we've had more of a growth this year with 40, 45, 50. Like, there's been an average an average growth of people playing concurrently, at least over those months, which is kind of interesting to me, at least. Now that being said, there's a bit of a dip in the last week or so, which is kind of weird. This whole dip right in here is bizarre to me. I don't know what that's about, but anyways.
Hey Kermit, I haven't said anything bad.
No, nothing bad. I said all the bad stuff, Kermit.
And I'm so glad you jumped in now. And do me a favor and don't rewind. Don't be kind.
So anyways, I do find it interesting that some of these these stats are I wouldn't say indicative, but I mean there's still some growth that's possible. It's you're right. Look at this growth that's happened here over the last couple of months, right? Of concurrent players. It's interesting nonetheless.
It's very interesting because I would have felt like it would have gone down rather than up right there.
Yeah, I would have thought the same thing, to be honest, but I hadn't looked at it probably since the summer, so it would have been back and around here. And I was expecting, I'm like, oh, look, we got a little bit of growth for the summertime here. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't expect this to continue through the fall. So there are people still playing. There's more people right now. I don't know if it's maybe because there was some free giveaways. I don't know. Was there anything on Steam? Did Steam give Farm some away? I don't think so. There was
I believe it's Farmer Cop. He's broken the system.
It must be Farmer Cop. He's given away so much Farm Sim. But then that being said, the current viewers in the last month have kind of fallen off a cliff a little bit down here, which is...
Could you please let me just finish my cough?
Go for it.
All right. Gold partner, almost. What?
If he keeps buying them, he will be.
I know! I'm looking at him like, he's gonna hit it. Oh, goodness. Pearson's in here. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Very good to see Pearson Rhino in here. He's been in a video of mine, and he used to be over there. Right over there.
Who's right over there? Who's hanging out in the corner?
Yeah, there's no desk there anymore. Rearranged.
Sorry, bro. Anyways, that's you're not wrong. I'm excited to hear more on what the future for Farming Simulator as a whole ends up being. I think you're not wrong. That's got to be the biggest thing. We have nothing else to look at right now.
Yep. Let's move forward. Let's get excited. Let's push Giants. That includes you. You are in left. Let's continue to push this. This is a lot of our livelihoods. This is a lot of our favorite games. If you're watching this right now, I'm gonna guess Farming Simulator is probably your favorite game. So we would all love to.
It's not a game. It's a simulation, DJ.
It's a way of life. God.
Don't make me use this button.
Just remember to turn it off again, please.
But it would be nice if we kind of moved on from year 2 and forget that it ever happened.
So DjGoHam on the record does not think there will be a year 3 seasons pass.
Right, but I do think there'll be DLCs in year 3.
There'll be how many DLCs do you think? What's the over under?
I don't know. I think 3 would be appropriate. And I think 3 would definitely, maybe 3 good ones. That'd be cool too.
Do you think we'll see a new map?
No. No map. Crazy?
So 3 DLCs, no map.
No, there's no one.
And compare those DLCs. Give me, do you have anything like that's been released? Give me a comparable. Like, what are we talking about? Like, we're talking about a Kubota pack comparable, or are we talking about an Oxbow pack comparable?
It's kind of frustrating that Kubota's been the most popular DLC.
I love that's mine. Like
no. Oh, I love it too.
That made the year 1 season pass for me was the Kubota pack.
Yeah, but like, it'd been cool to, for every DLC to be a banger or every other one.
It's tough. I agree. This could be a hot take, but somehow the year 2 seasons past DLC stuff somehow managed to make the Antonio Carrera pack look good.
And with that, I think we're done with the show for the day because I have dinner with my parents in an hour. It would just be, we've been through it. We got through 2023 together. We got through 3 years of the Farm Sim show. We almost got to my birthday. That's tomorrow. Not to mention it. I
didn't send you a present.
It's okay. You not sending me a present is basically like you giving me a present.
It's coming right now.
I hope not, because I'm going out to dinner with my folks.
It's going to be awkward because it vibrates. Let's see here.
I don't think they send toys with Nuggie boxes anymore.
Elmo, come on, man.
I was about to say it would be weird. For some reason, I was expecting you to like turn the lights off behind me or something. But yeah, I think in year number 3, we need to take a look at some. We've got a bunch of trucks. Be nice to kind of get a couple more of those. Maybe some revamps. Maybe a TLX 38 million or whatever it's going to be.
38 million.
38 million. Yeah, 38,000. We'll just round it off. It would be really cool to see some more the game changer mods like Straw Harvest. That hasn't even come out yet. We've seen it.
Yeah.
We know what's happening.
I want some improvements to like even base game stuff, like this all seasonal cycles. Like
it's not going to happen for this.
It's not going to happen, but I want to see it still. Come on.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it would be nice to kind of see more things that help change the way you play. Because at this point, 2 years in, everybody's got their favorite equipment. Everybody has their favorite tractor they use on every single map, the same equipment, and the same way that you do things.
There's something for you, at least for PC players. Console players, I'm really sorry. This is going to hurt a little bit, but like the real mud and real dirt stuff, is there improvements that could be made to that? Like, is there something different that can be added into that to make more of a realism?
For the modders to work with giants.
What could modders do in that space to change the game? I wonder.
They can get over themselves, work with giants, and get it out on all platforms.
I would love to see that, to be honest with you.
Me too. My goal, wish, dream, whatever it is, and I'm a PC player, so let's remember that, is to completely rid ourselves of the PC console divide.
Oh, come on, man. Master Race here. PC Master Race.
Hey, we'll always be able to have our PCMR. Get out of here.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
It is what it is. I expected you. But yeah, Farming Simulator is one game, right? Yep. There's not multiple different versions of the game. If you get the base game, everybody plays the same game. So it would be really nice to see giants go, you know what? No more divide, no more separation of PC and console. Everything has to come out for everybody, or
don't do that though.
You're still gonna have stuff on third party, but
that's what I'm saying. It's just gonna take it out of the mod hub and make it a third party, which is not fun.
Exactly.
Want that.
Then they need to get it over, work harder, and get it on all platforms.
No, because there's too much other stuff. I'm not okay with that. But at the same token, I think there needs to be more of a window to move stuff to like how can you make a mod that goes into mod hub and make it so it can maybe be over onto all platforms. That's all I'm saying. There has to be a way, a way for them to do it.
Yeah, it's really easy. If Giants is going to allow mods, then Giants need to work with the modders in order to get these scripted mods on all platforms.
That's fine, but I just know the way it's going to be. The way you're looking at it, be like, okay, guess what? These mods just can't go onto Mod Hub anymore.
See, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
And I don't want that because you have awesome mods that are for PC only right now that should be able to go onto console.
Right. So it's just Giants doing their job and modders doing their job, and they work together. And we hire some new people at Giants just to work with these modders to make these scripted mods work. Oof. And then instead of saying like, oh, it passed testing today, now it's released, saying, oh, it's passed testing. Now let's make sure that everything works correctly. And then in the next update, everything comes out. I'm cool waiting if everybody gets the same mod. Can you imagine Easy Dev on a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox? I'll be so cool.
It would be fantastic. Or Follow Me or Courseplay or any of those mods, right?
I may
a GPS mod.
Oh, easy now. Don't get too ahead.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I just want to see I want to see these cool PC mods on console.
I agree. But you're telling you want Giants to hire people to do this now.
Yeah. The modern nobody cares. I can't say.
Are they going to? I just let's be honest here. Let's calm our jets a little bit. That's like there's certain things that aren't going to happen.
I know, but I wish that it would. We're past the point where Farming Simulator is an indie game. It's not a AAA game, but
it's pretty damn close.
It's pretty darn close. So I think.
Did you mellow me out? All right.
I didn't mellow you. I got to be PG, which is pretty good, bro.
Well, PG is close.
So that's what I want. This is because console players. Do third party DLC? Yeah. Exactly. See, he works at Giants. He gets it. Look,
everybody gets it.
I was like, this is this. Like, yeah.
Well, welcome to Farming Simulator DLC on Patreon. That's what's gonna be next.
We're the way of thinking is stuck 5-6 years ago. I remember the way things were. You want to know how pissed off I was when I figured out that the Follow Me and GPS were not on Xbox in Farm Sim 17?
I can only imagine.
I was so frustrated. I just couldn't believe it. And I was so pissed because I was an Xbox player. This is before I started making videos. I was an Xbox player playing Farming Simulator 17 or Goldcrest Valley.
Yep.
And those things I couldn't do. I was like, well, why can't I do these things? They're there. There's modern YouTubers talking about it.
This might be like, I know we were running short on time right now, but
it's fine.
What would it take for Giants to talk with a modder like that does Follow Me or does Easy Dev, whatever it might be?
Oh, that's so easy.
And be like, hey, we want to put this base game.
Yeah. You want me to tell you? It's the easiest thing in the world.
I want to hear about it.
Do it. Just quit being lazy about it and do it. Hire more people to do good jobs. Do it. All you got to do is just do it. Nobody cares about these stupid DLCs. Do your job with the mods. and there I've spoken my mind and lost my partnership. So
well, if you're lost your partnership over that, I don't think I'd be a partner a long time ago, because I have been questioning that forever. Why do we not have GPS in Farm Sim base game?
I just feel, just do your job.
Come on, get it in there. Do it. Get these things that should be base game in. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Anyway, if I'm out of line, please let me know. But I'm just so frustrated that console players can't do everything that PC players can. This is not a divide anymore. This is not a PC game anymore, and you're pissing off a lot of console players by doing that. And I'm tired of seeing it in my comments.
I mean, it's getting a lot better.
It's getting better. I want it to knock it off.
You want it to be gone completely. No divide.
I want it, but I don't want to limit the mods. I want console players to be able to have these really cool mods. But if it takes modders having to work a little bit harder, then you gotta have to get off your lazy butt, work a little bit harder.
The problem is going to be, it's going to need, Giants is going to need to have somebody else hired to coach and help support these modders, because right now, I don't know. Like my impression, idea. And you can yell at me if I'm wrong on this one, but I get it. It's like, and Marcel's been around here too. It's like, yeah, it tested, it failed or passed. Fix this, make it better, and that's the end. That's almost the end of discussion.
Would you play Farming Simulator like you do if mods didn't exist?
No, not a chance.
I would not either.
My channel would not exist if modders didn't make mods for this game.
Nope. My most popular video is
neither of us would. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So let's support the thing that 90% or 99%. I'm sure Kermit has a number that he's not allowed to say. But there's a lot of players that use mods. I can't say, I played Farming Simulator for 3 months and didn't know mods were a thing. I thought Farm Sim was the hardest video game on earth. And then I found Miss Silly P and figured out I was an idiot. But no, I mean, I especially the people that watch that type of thing, mods are the thing. And if Jay's 2 cents can figure out that there's mods in Farming Simulator, I don't think it's that much difficult for everybody else. Let's focus. Let's put the effort where it is, where the money is. People buy Farming Simulator so that they can play with a lot of these mods. They see the cool stuff on your videos or mine or something like that. Be like, you know what? I'll get Farming Simulator.
You're not wrong.
So
I hate the fact that now I've got to like CGI stuff in half the time to make it look cooler.
Yeah,
I should know how to do this, but I'm just gonna fake it in a video instead.
Oh, relatable meme. I do enjoy that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Get out of here.
Anyway, go watch Clutch's made AI do my farm. It was great. We'd use ChatGPT to do everything. I enjoyed that.
It was so cringe.
I enjoyed those videos so much.
So cringe.
Why isn't Jason on the show? Because he doesn't know we exist. That's easy. Hey, it's already my birthday in New Zealand. Argsy, how's my birthday going?
Hey, Argsy, how you doing, brother? Hey, OTD, what's going on? You're in time for the ending, brother. We're just wrapping up.
Anyway, so that's what I want. That's what I want to focus on. I don't think that this should be a PC game anymore. The console players also get to play. I don't think it's fair. I think it's very unfair, and I've been on the receiving end of that unfairness years ago. And I'm ready to move on.
All right. Fair enough.
There it is. There's my Hot take.
It's not really a hot take, but it's a take.
I'll take the take.
All right. Well, I've got some more turkey to go eat.
We'll go have dinner with the fam for my birthday. Stop listening.
Hey Siri, come on.
No, I don't. The GOOGLE just like popped up and started writing everything I was saying down on the screen. Stick
There you go.
that. Yeah.
Jasper, happy holidays. There you go.
So anyway, yeah, there it is. Happy holidays and happy birthday, DjGoHam.
They didn't put anything about your birthday on here, Kermit. You should get this banner put in with happy birthday to DJ on here as well. Just saying, it's missing something. Can I zoom in on this a little bit more? No.
I think after this podcast, I don't think John's going to be putting happy birthday DjGoHam anytime soon.
Maybe not. I mean, you know what? You weren't that harsh. If anybody was, it was me, and whatever.
I've been good for almost 6 years. It was time to let it out just a little bit. As a gold partner and ambassador, just try and speak for the people that I see that are the loudest, and the loudest are the console players. That is what it is. So
Fair enough.
Yeah. Ooh, biscuit
All
and
right.
gravy. Yo, I'm having biscuit and gravy tomorrow for breakfast. I'm so excited.
So, hey, wait, is it brown gravy or white gravy?
Brown gravy's only on like country style steak.
We had to talk about this. I don't think I've ever had white gravy.
Yeah, white gravy's for breakfast, and brown
I've never had
gravy
white gravy
goes on,
before. I don't think.
brown gravy goes on mashed potatoes and meat.
Saying.
And white
I'm just
gravy
saying.
also goes on those things, but can go on breakfast biscuits as well.
I'm just saying. I don't think I've ever had white gravy, and apparently it's something I need to try.
Yeah, it's not bad. Come back. I mean, I know you came here and got in front of the green screen so we could take that picture for the thumbnail that we didn't use.
Yeah.
But come back, come and hang out. I'll take you to go get some biscuits and gravy, and introduce you to white gravy.
That sounds like it's like your rapper name.
I didn't like the way that sounded. Nobody clipped that. All right.
I could swear that's your rapper name, to be honest with you.
Glad you chose that instead of something else. So let's
I don't know if it's better or not, but it's definitely a name.
Yep. Anyway, I watched what do you call those movies? The Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched them for the first time, finally.
Really?
Watched them.
You're a little bit delayed on that.
Yeah. I saw the last one came out in 2015. The last one.
Been a while.
And there was 4 of those.
Almost 10 years.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'm not good at math, but
I went to the movie theater, saw the new one with my buddies, week and a half ago, whatever. And I was like, it's a pretty good movie. They were like, yeah, and the other guy's like the bad guy in all the other movies. I was like, well, now I got to see the other movies. It's okay. I showed part of this video in the last Farm Sim News.
Yeah, it's all good. They don't care about this one. It's fine. It's their new Christmas video. If you haven't checked it out, go over to Giants YouTube page. It's a fun little. They do fun little videos like this. This is one thing I'm curious to see what they do. Like, we got a live action video. Was it like a month from now for Farm Sim 19, basically, or for Farm Sim 22? I meant, are we gonna get that again for the next one? Could that be a thing we're gonna see?
The what?
Like the live action.
Oh,
like not live action, like the intro for Farm Sim 22. Like that's probably what the first thing is going to be for the next one.
I don't know, because it's kind of like a bummer, because half of the stuff that it can't do, it's just to hype up Farming Simulator instead of doing in-game.
Yeah, but they love that. I got the feeling that Giants loved doing that process of making that thing up.
Yeah, and I hated it. I'm like, oh, cool.
We got to sit there and debate on what was going to be in game for like a month and a half.
Yeah, and we were wrong. Like, all of it was
wrong.
completely wrong. And I remember us looking at that little triangular window on the truck, and we're like, I had a Ford, and it looked just like that. I was like, oh, cool lizard, awesome.
I'm just saying, like, they put out, like, there's an actual like little documentary they have on their website, I think, or even on their YouTube channel, of the making of that trailer.
That was
right?
Cool.
Like,
and then they used the same process, the same people again for Farm Sim 23, which in turn I then turned into a horror game thing. Do you remember that from was it earlier this year? I think I did like a Farming Simulator 23 is a horror game.
I remember something about that. I was just like, what are you doing?
It was one of the dumbest videos I've ever done. I'm so sorry, but it was funny. Also, normally I don't do April Fool's videos. but it's already done, and it's uploaded and scheduled already. And I recorded
video from DjGoHam.
I recorded it like a month ago. Actually, it's been up for a while for as unlisted, and it has something to do with K-Bot.
Good times.
Good times. Clutch, what you got going on this weekend?
We'll probably have a live stream coming up pretty quick. I think maybe tonight we'll do a live stream again, and then we've got something on the weekend. Not sure what day we'll release yet, though. We'll see.
Word. I got a video that took me 6 hours to record and an extra hour to edit coming out tomorrow.
An hour to edit? What's that like? I think that'd be nice.
It was the worst hour ever. It was one of the longest videos and the most work I've ever put into a video. It's interesting. Hope you enjoy it. And then Sunday is the best Farming Simulator DjGoHam bloopers in 2023. This is
I can't believe you keep all your bloopers and don't delete them. 16
minutes and 1 second of non-stop Farming Simulator videos. Cringiness.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna skip that one.
Yeah, I would too.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll keep that one for the memes.
To be honest with you, I was editing it the whole time. I was like,
Did you make any bloopers while you were getting ready for the blooper video?
I should have recorded myself editing because I laughed more editing than I did because I think I'm funny. But, some other people do.
I'm funny.
I mean, blooper videos do about as well as the Farm Sim show does. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Ouch. That hurts.
You find people that are interested in podcasts, also interested in Farming Simulator, and interested in us two, and also interested in half of the show not meaning anything. So it's a small subset of Farming Simulator players, and you guys are awesome. I love you guys. Show next week.
I think so.
Show next week.
Sure.
I'll be older than.
If it's not here, it's not here. I think it's here though.
I mean, I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Anyways, we appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us today. You guys know where to find us if you're still looking at the various forums: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, whatever else, podcast formats that we're out there on. And we will see you guys next week. It sounds like. I think.
Guys.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
It was an awful video. I didn't have fun because I had to record it again.
I remember you sending that to me. I had fun listening to it because I was on vacation when I was watching it.
Sure you did. I mean, so we use, you've got a dynamic microphone, and I use a condenser microphone, large diaphragm. What I used it's called a shotgun microphone. So basically, if you took my inhaler here and took that and doubled the length of it, it kind of looks like a stick. Anyway, you can hear what K-Bot sounds like for 14 or 16 minutes.
I can't believe you made a whole video of it.
Just nonstop. I can't believe that I took the time to edit it and include music. By the way, the edits are completely different and the music's completely different than the final video. So if you ever wondered what...
You basically made a video and you're like, I've done this now, so I might as well put it out and redo it again, right?
I was so unhappy that I took the time to edit the video. I was so unhappy.
Well, I can't even say anything else. Anyways.
That's all I got. I'll be 35 in 7 hours. I'm mid-30s. I was 28 when I started. 28? 29?
Pookie.
I was younger when I started. 28, yeah.
I feel like you're catching up to me.
I mean, if you count from the time we were born to now, the gap between our ages is getting smaller in comparison to the number 0.
I still think it feels like I think you're getting older faster.
That's not a compliment. That's like looking at somebody being like, how old are you? Like 35? Oh, I'm 23. Oh, well, you look like you're older.
You look a lot older than that. I feel like you've been around longer. Huh, weird.
Do my best. I'm curious if you guys have any what I call hot takes or things that you wish would change. Man, load them up in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Maybe if there's enough that it's meaningful, might be able to make a video and be like, hey, here's the top 10 things that need to change. That would be an interesting video. That would definitely give me. I think I would have to have a conversation with 2 or 3 people at Giants that are in charge of my partnership before
I don't know if I would touch that one.
Karma, hit me up.
All right. Well, I think with all those complaints under the bridge, is that a thing?
Yeah. It's water over the bridge.
Under or over?
And it's everywhere. Oh, Marcel's in here. What's up, dude?
It's Marcel. Hey, buddy.
So definitely go back and watch this and tell me if I'm in trouble.
Or not.
We're doomed.
We'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, folks. Hopefully you get some time to go, I guess, hang out on New Year's. Ooh.
Yeah, enjoy the New Year.
Get some New Year's. Go hang out at DjGoHam's birthday party. And we'll see you guys in the new year. Hope you have a great rest of your holidays. Anything else? Want to close this off, DJ?
We know that you have lots of choices when it comes to bad farming simulator podcasts, and we are grateful that you chose ours.
We're grateful you chose the worst.
Yeah.
You know what? Cheers, folks. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for being around. 3 years in a farm sim show. Yeah.
Shouty outy to G Portal as well. Yeah, guys. Actually, you want me to hit your video? Yeah, we'll do that as the year out. Where is it? No, we got to do this one first.
Thank you to G Portal for sponsoring this episode of the Farm Sim Show podcast. They host premium game servers for Farming Simulator 22 that work on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Clutch and I have both been working with them for the past few years, and they have hosted our public and private game servers ever since. If you're looking for an easy way to play multiplayer with your friends, this is the best way to do it. G Portal servers allow you to have full control over your game, what mods are installed, permissions, and the game can be available 24/7. For Farm Sim 22, they've got a few different server options from 4 players all the way up to 16, and you can get an extra 25 gigabyte of mod space. Choose between 9 different server locations around the world to host your game, and you're ready to go. If you're interested in grabbing a game server for you and your friends, use the link for Clutch or myself at the top of the description and get 10% off all G Portal game servers right now. Again, thank you to G Portal for sponsoring this episode of the Farm Sim Show podcast.
Really? Are you singing still? Go, DJ, go. Come on. Don't start. You just don't like when I make it obvious that it's not me that's saying it.
I don't like it. Bring him back. Bring K-Mod back.
He's taking the weekend off.
No, he's not. He never takes a weekend off. He's not that lazy. He would never miss an opportunity to be like, hey, DJ, you suck. Go home. DJ, you suck. Ugh, I didn't like it. I don't like it. But this is not music. There should be music playing right now. What is going on? Music playing right now? Why is there music playing right now? Where's the music? And then I'll let them know that the picture is done. No, reset it. It's just really the squatting uniform. But he looks like 42. Hey, he plays birthday. He plays like everybody's celebrates birthday. DJ is gonna be 35, but he looks older than that, so subscribe. Hey, he plays birthday. Everybody's wondering what's on the screen. If you're listening at home, you can't see the stuff. Unicorn sitting on the floor. Alright, you can probably turn this off now. How do you turn this thing off? You're doing great. You're doing great. You're good. Yeah. This button is on your channel. Yeah, pick up on your ramen. You're the best at humming. Argsy was in here and TJ thought he was stuck in somebody's not, but he's still like, yeah! That's that it? I I gotta go eat some turkey. You guys are, I'm out of here. There's no way I'm gonna eat dinner on time. There's no